You're listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Hello. This is Dr. Bass Claude Smith, and this is Stairway to Heaven. And my topic today is the 77th birthday of my late wife, Patricia Ruth Smith. We're going to dedicate the program to her today. And before I get started, I'm going to give my shout out to there. I'd like to shout out to Johnny May Lewis, the Harmony, Praise Elder Hutchin, Elder Smith, Sheila Gillespie, also Richard Shouts, Mother Shouts, and also I also to say that during this day, it's been and it's just been 2 years. Evangelist Smith has been gone. I'm gonna have to. But like I said, she was a good wife to me. She pushed me out along whenever I went down. She would push me up, keep me going strong. I can remember the time for us getting into broadcast. When I started broadcasting, getting on the radio and everything, she would sit at home, listen to it on her phone. Then one night, 2 nights later, she said, "Baby, can I have my own show?" I said, "Yeah, you can have your own show." So I ain't got nothing to do with it. You want your own show? You got something to do. So it kicked off pretty well. Her and 3 other ladies, all 3 of them up in here now. They probably talking Jesus' ears off right now. Well, Lord, this and that and the other. But Patricia, I want to say this to you, sweetheart. Happy birthday. Happy 77th birthday. I miss you. And I'm trying to do the best I can. If it wasn't for you and the good Lord, I wouldn't be here, because you told me if we go keep on with my ministry, that's what I'm trying to do. Also, I'd like to say that Patricia and I, we was kind of close. We've been together for like 9. We was married for 9 years. That's what we was married for 9 years, and this year would have been the 11th year that we were married. 11th year. And before I go in, I'd like to say that I forgot Sassy. I'm gonna start off with a little friend of mine, and her and her husband or boyfriend. They're just like 2 peas in a pot. And when you got 2 people that love each other and they go everywhere together, they gonna argue and fight and this and that and the other. That's showing they love. Sassy is just a little hot mama. That's all she is. She's a little hot mama, and her and her boyfriend had broke up. But little Sassy, she's just Sassy's nothing but I'm gonna let people know that Sassy is a dog, a little Pat, a friend of mine, and we call her Sassy. And she said to her, my friend sent me a picture of her as the little lady, and she looked at me like, "I'm innocent. I don't do things like that. I'm innocent." So Sassy, I'm going to say this, you behave, stop trying to be a bully, and you and your man better sit down and get together, you and your other dog. She got a big old German Shepherd for a boyfriend. Reasons why I'm saying is that, as I said, when 2 people get together and things begin to flow, things begin to get kind of, there's a chemistry that comes between you and that person. And when that chemistry comes, when you get to meet that time, sometimes it don't kick off, sometimes it does kick off. Most likely, you're together for a while, you begin to think, and things just start growing, get closer and closer. Next thing you know, you're married. It got so close that you get to think each other, well, I think I better spend my life with you, I'm going to spend my life with you. And that's till death do us part. Patricia was an evangelist. She was a preacher. She knew her word. She got in the word, and she would always she would help me when she see that I was going down or see that I was going to go in the dumps, shut myself off. She would come to me and tell me, don't you do that. Don't let the devil beat you. You beat him. And she always kept me going. And not only me, but there were other people that came to her and draw closer to her. She could draw people, and they would come, and they became friends. She had a glow about herself. She had a nice glow about herself. And, the glow that she had, it brought more comfort to them. There are people that have, maybe some of her friends that have problems that they couldn't understand, but she would come to and talk to them. They sit and talk things and do things. She had some friends that was in things that should not be, and she would talk to them. She was a sweet, kind, loving person, a sweet, kind-hearted person, a person that you would love being around. She had 4 beautiful children: Pam, Kiki is Kenneth, Richard, and she had a sister named, I can't think of her sister's name. She had her there too. All 4 of those children, all 4 of those grown. One daughter's in Philadelphia, Allentown. Pam's here in Columbus. Kenneth and Rich are in Texas. Rich is in Dallas, Texas, and Kiki is in Corsicana, Texas. Down there where my brother, the late Reverend Demeretti. And I would like to say that, Bay, if you listen, my shout out to you. Most of all things, when Pat and I flew to Texas that year, I'd never known this may have been the last trip that we would be together. She would, her family and my family, I never thought this would be the last time we would be the trip together. Even though when I was with New Joy Gospel Singers, she would travel with me when the group goes somewhere to sing. When the group hit the highway, she was there with me. She made sure that I had everything I need, that I was dressed to the attire. Sometimes she'll tell me, "You're not representing." I say, "Well, Pat, that's another person. I'm trying to be myself." She never let me get out of line. Never let me get to the point I was too big. Never let me get to the point I thought I was better than myself or better than anybody. She always kept me where I would love to be myself and be kind-hearted people. One time we did a show together and it was nice. It was a beautiful show together. This is after her co-host had left. But I always, within my heart, I wanted her to do a show by herself. I tried to encourage her since her 2 friends had gone. I was trying to get her 2 new co-hosts. She missed her friends. She wouldn't do it. Then I tried to get her to do a show on her own. I said, "Pat, you can go do your show on your own. You know what to do. You know what to say." And as much as I tried to get her to do it, she wouldn't do it because her 2 best friends were gone. Her friend Doris and the other lady, I can't think of the other lady's name. But all 3 of them ladies were tight. They were real, real tight. They was close, they was like sisters. And all 3 of them gone now. But Patty was, wouldn't come out and do the show, do her own show. I tried to get her to do it. And then she would go to church with me, and she'd sit in the church and come out, and they had her doing some MCing, proper MCing on the church. And she did that. And then one time she did a song called "So Many Times," and me and my lead partner, Joe Jr., did it. played it for her. After that, she started getting sick. It was like in and out the hospital. When we got married, it was like she was real sickly, and it was like in and out the hospital with her. We was constantly in and out the hospital with her because she told me one time when she had that operation, she said, "Louis, do what you got to do." I let it go in one ear and out the other. I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to stay there with me. What nobody else wasn't going to be there when she came down, because everybody else was gone and doing their thing, trying to get their families together. So it was my job that I tried to take care of her the best way I knew how. I would in the mornings at like 5 o'clock in the morning, go to work, get off, hop in, get back and take care of her. She would come to bed and just watch TV, come in the front room and sit with me. Saturdays, she would cook dinner through the week, and Saturdays it was my turn to cook dinner. I cooked dinners one day and everything. Now, Patty is just a lady. She was a lady. She was a lady, a good woman. Anybody would want to be with. And then sometimes she would, when she come to the studio, she would start arguing with Carl for no reason at all, because something he had said somewhere. She would say, "Kahari, why did you say that?" And he tried to explain to her, and next thing you know, I'm sitting there watching him. I say, "Pat, you gonna keep on messing? Keep talking your tongue. You gonna wind up on a guest on the radio show." And she would look at me like, "I don't think so." I said, "Keep talking, and you gonna wind up." But as the months went on and the days, months, her body deteriorated, and it just started going down and down. When she got to cancer set in, that took a toll on her, and it really did. It really kind of changed. The illness just kind of took, but she still had the kind lady, and she still had a heart. And sometimes at night, I think about it at night. I do think of it at night, and sometimes I get a there in the house. One time, I think the day that we had the funeral one time, and I was in bed and I had my back turned, I thought I heard a voice telling me, she always say, "Louis," and say, "Go ahead on, baby, keep going. Don't stop. This is your ministry. Keep going." I started turning around and look at the door and say, "Don't look at me. Just keep your back to me." And I did. You have so much for the people. They love you, and they miss you, and they still talking about you. Even your friend Sandy, she still talks about you, and some other people are talking about how great, and they miss you. Even your good friend Elder Smith, he talks about you, and he still got your phone every time he call. I guess he called and listen. Here, leave me a number. I call back. He's still on his answer service. I still carry you in my heart, and I still love you, and always. And no matter what I do, you will always be. I'm trying to help keep the ministry. You told me to keep going, and I am trying to do my best. But the beautiful smile that you have, and the beautiful, you had a smile that would, you had that everybody enjoy and love. The one thing about it that, I believe that you to do a job and I believe you did. It's not always it's always to find somebody that has a kind spiritual spirit, a kind heart that will try to help you and do it. And there's always try to destroy you doing it. But she didn't do that. She didn't give it to the enemy. And I believe the enemy gave it to her. I believe that when the enemy came around her, all she just had a name, and that was Jesus. And he was somebody, she prayed, we all prayed. But at the time that she was going down. We would dress like, if I had on blue, she would wear green, she would wear green. Whatever color I had on, Patty had it on. But when sometimes I get, we don't get out of, we'll get hop in the car and we'll hit the highway. We may go to Allentown one time, we may go to Cincinnati, north, south, or east. But Patty would go. At times she would go out with her friends. Baby, I'm going. So I said, go ahead and enjoy yourself. I'll be home. But she would call and say, I'm all right. I said, okay, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. Around. And by the time she get back, by the time I hear her take a key in the door, I said, she's here. And I thank God. And I like to say that is this, that good Lord, I'm thank you for everything that you thank you for her, and thank you for the things that she helped me with, and I still feel that she's still around me helping me out some things. I ask the good Lord, asking that I know she's talking to the good Lord. I know she's talking to Jesus and God the Father. I know her and Doris and the other lady, they up there talking, and they're talking them things that, talking about their own radio show, community thing happened. They probably have their own radio show up there, and the angels probably sitting around and listening. And they talk about when they talk out of the Bible. They did. They talked out of the Bible. They had to show they had some kind of person in the Bible they would talk about. They would have guests that were talked about. They did this really beautiful. And as I said, this is the Lord. This is the day the Lord blessed and by the next 2 weeks, the day the Lord called on the 21st. We are, yes, we all our children are happy. They are getting some families are not together. Just like my close. And when she met my family, they showed her a lot of love. They're close. Margie and were close. Very close. Margie would talk to Patricia. Margie would go, and they do things together. They talk a lot together. And Margie would call me joking with Patty, say, okay, And what did he say? Where's my nephew at? Patty said, don't worry, he's on the way. And that was it. But Patty and Margie were close. Very, very close. Patty was close. And, my sisters, I never did I talked to them, had fun with them, and the only close were her sister Donna. She was all right. Her other two sisters were okay. All of them was nice. The family was a nice family, and I thank God. And maybe one day I might just take a trip one day. But right now, this we'll see each other. But Patty's at home. And if to come back down here, not in this, I wouldn't come back down here to live in this. Too much going on. I'm in a better place. I'm in a place where there's peace, there's love and harmony. And then I'm in a place where trouble will never come in. And heaven will never end. And she probably, I'm in heaven, sitting there and I Father every day. And heaven should be, because there, like Jesus said, my Father's out there, the many mansions, and Patty living in one of her own, living in a mansion now, and she's enjoying themselves, and by the times get down here, we all one day is going to meet that day, and that day is coming. When that day comes, it's going to be a day where with joy and happiness. It's going to be a day where trouble has no ends. Out. There will be no more suffering, which Patty did know when she on her suffering, her pain left, and she's walking around a brand new body with wings, riding around with wings. Also she's probably like I said, teaching things. And she was a good teacher, and she was a good speaker. But don't she have one thing? She always tell me, Lewis, you cannot trust many people because they're out to get you. I didn't know what she meant by that, but I kept it with me. Because now people are hurt and shoot and steal and kill each other. For what's been said before, and I believe in the Bible, the streets will be blood. And there's so much blood shed in the streets. It's pathetic, very, very bad. But she didn't worry about that. Because every time she'd go and fall on her knees and take it to her Father above. During the time cold out, she took a red sock and tied it around the doorknob. During the time, I think this had when the Jews was in captivity, they would sheet blood and put it on the door. So right by that. Anytime there was blood of death would pass right by that door. Because the Pharaoh was and he's in the but took that stock and it around that door stayed on that door for a long time until she went home. And when she went home, it was removed. Patty, I say this to you, and I say this to everybody else. You know, the love that you have, and the love that you have will always be in my heart. The love that you have, the whole world that you took with you, that's part of that love that you have will be with me also. Now, I'm down here. I may not be doing a good job. I'm trying to do my best to be what I can. And like I said, I don't care who I get involved or anything. You will always be in my heart. Always be there, regardless, because all I have is every day. But I also say this, that Patty, you look down on us and give us the love that we need, and show us the love that we have, because you will always be there. And as they always say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mrs. Smith. Happy birthday to you. And there are many more happy birthdays that you have. Now, I don't want to write this song. I just have permission to sing it. But anyway, she will always be with by my side, you know. Like I said, I hope that I will be able to go. I'm going to put flowers on her grave tomorrow morning and wish her happy birthday and say happy birthday, beloved wife, mother, and the beloved mother, which she was. Because after all that she went through and all that she struggled, she was a hard fighter, and she fought. And all that she did, she fought. There was times when I would argue, I would leave the house, or leave the house just to cool myself off. And there was time that she would go in one room, I'd go in the other room. But we all came out, but after anger and everything was over with, we all loved each other. And tomorrow is her, as I said, tomorrow is her 77th birthday. And Lord have mercy, I hope that she have many more heavenly birthdays. Happy birthday, Pat, from your husband Lewis. And thank you. The reason why I did this, my heart went home, and I'm trying to slowly mending back together, and it's really slowly healing. But when you lose someone that's so close, or lose a loved one that's so close, and you love well, it takes a toll out. It takes a toll on you, a hard toll on you. Sometimes it takes hard grievances, and sometimes you get to the point where you just want to be alone sometime and just want to be, but you fight that loneliness. You find out all that you can. There are times that sometimes when I go in the bedroom and sit up myself watching television at night, and there's a picture in the living room that I can see. The bedroom is where I can see her picture and her green outfit. Dad, we was going to church that Sunday too. There was an outfit that she had on, and she would smile. But every time I'd at that door, go out to go to work, well, I always my eyes always come to that picture. And it's sitting next door to my mother, right next to birth samples. The picture's standing right next door to birth samples, my mother. And I thank you all. And remember this: mine's nothing but a garden. What you put grows. And have a good evening. Thank you.